Hello, this is Chinwe from Fountain of Resources, a blog site that gets you living life and living it to the fullest. I have been dealing so much with friendship issues, relationship issues I've been dealing with for the past couple of weeks or months. Today I'm going to be adding to it with this topic titled 7 patterns that tells you it's time to walk away from that friendship or relationship. The Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English defines pattern as the regular way in which something happens, develops, or is done. Every relationship has a pattern. Some are either good, bad, or a mixture of both. If you are in a relationship that got you drained of every positive energy and you are wondering what next, this post is for you. The time to intently look at the pattern your relationship has taken over time is now. To some of us, these patterns have been consistently there, whether good, bad, or both. But we keep thinking they will change. Instead, they keep getting worse. These are things you have always tried to sort out with your view. You have asked nicely, begged, and even threatened to do something about them, but nothing seems to have been done about any. Now you are crying to God, asking Him to intervene before you lose it. But instead of the change you crave, more terrible demeaning patterns are added to the ones you have been coping with. In the time past, when you point them out, you get promises that they are being worked on. But lately, you no longer get even the annoying promises, the defiant excuses, sometimes deadly silences, and recently snares that say to hell with your nagging and your weak threats of I'm leaving. My dear, when it gets to this stage, it's time to make good your threat of leaving. But before you do, see if the patterns in your relationship matches the ones below, and please add the ones you experience that are not listed here. These are some of the unsettling patterns. 1. Lies. The devil's advocate. The lies are becoming more brazen, and each new one makes you feel like an idiot. Yes, they leave you feeling idiotic instead of the liar that should feel the things you now feel. Pathological liars do eventually begin to believe their lies and that they are true. But you who know better feel really bad and taken for a fool. The more the lies, the more inconsistent the actions. It's like being nibbled to death. This could wear you out and almost drive you insane over time. Number 2, values change. The only unifying force between you, which is your strong belief in God or ethical values, suddenly disappears and new values begin to crop up, such that aches you and gets you wondering what went wrong. Who am I really now? You begin to wonder if this is the same person you met and fell in love with. If you do not run for your dear life at this stage, you soon will start compromising, and before you know it, you are no longer who you are, but who he or she has become. This change normally starts with subtle curse words you have not heard before, to disappearing of courtesies and some other values that you once admired and shared. Attempts to right these errors are always excused away or downright repudiated. Number 3, lack of trust. Incessant bouts of jealousy and moves to control your speeches, actions, and movements. Barrages of calls to check where you are, who you are with, and what you are doing. Plans and moves to isolate you from your friends, family, and colleagues follow, till this person is the only person you are left to relate with. From here on, be careful, because abuses of all kinds will be gently introduced till you lose your entire identity. Without the support of friends and family, you have no one to go to with your issues, and so remain stuck and glued to this person who systematically cages you in. Number 4, stagnation. The relationship seems to be going nowhere, especially if you're single and hoping for some commitment. Any talk about the future is shelved and downplayed so much that you feel inadequate and shame for mentioning it again. It is not time to move there if you are shamed by the response you get instead of desperately hanging on and waiting. I ask again, is it not time to move if you are shamed by the response you get instead of desperately hanging and waiting? Women should wise up here and stop offering all the wifely duties free while expecting men to commit. Why would a man want to commit when he is already getting all he ought to have paid for in dowry? Yes. And all the responsibilities that come with being a true husband. Why would women leave their father's houses or their own comfort zones and move in with a man who have not even paid their dowry nor married them? Why would you offer all these things free and yet be poorly treated, and you are there? My sister, wake up. This quote by Trent Shelton says it all. Why would a man want to commit when he is already getting all he ought to have been working so hard to get free? I ask that again. Number 5, no empathy. At this stage, your partner no longer cares to say sorry when you are hurting. You can stumble onto something and scream out, and he or she does not even run to your aid or even say sorry. Cruelty sets in here, and you cry yourself to sleep, wondering what happened to all the dreams you had about how this love affair will end wonderfully. Well, wake up there, for it only gets terrible from now on. Number 6, no more good times. The bad times are now more than the good times. Anytime you look back for months, you will not point at any conscious time made by your beau to put a smile on your face. All you remember are the lies, the hurtful words, treatments, and there seems to be no end to them lately. All your efforts to right these wrongs yield no positive result. 2 days ago, a friend just made a video of a lady telling women to stop complaining or asking their men to change. They hear you, she said, but are not interested in changing for you. Few months down the line, she continued, they meet who they want to be with and they change and start doing all you have always wanted them to do for you. Wow, it's not fair. I screamed, and so do you reading now. But such is life. Number 7, physical and verbal violence. This to me is the last straw that breaks the camel's back. You must know that once this starts, it never stops. The intensity and frequency only heightens till you are either finally subdued or run for your dear life. Statistical data on death caused by violence against women all over the world is mind-blowing. A recent United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime report on gender-related killings of women and girls found that globally a staggering 87,000 women were intentionally killed in 2017. Yes, 87,000 women were intentionally, not accidentally, intentionally killed in 2017. The report further stated that even more worrying is that 60% of these killings were perpetrated by intimate partners or family members, including parents, children, or any other family, or any other member of their family. This number must have doubled by 2021 if accurate data is available for Africa and Nigeria in particular. Concluding, my dear listeners, with the above data, you no longer need further convincing that your life is worth more than emotional pains that will wear away with time. Life is important, and with time and hope, you will get better. I like that saying that the beautiful ones are not yet born. Yes, that special beautiful person you desire is out there, and you have to believe that you are just few people away from meeting him or her. In a world of how many billions, God will certainly give you yours. You might be saying, she does not know how much time, emotion, and resources have invested into this relationship, and to let all that go. Well, you are right. I might not know all that you have invested, but I tell you now that if the span of time you have spent with this person does not equate with the strength of your friendship now, it is time to reevaluate. What really counts is how secure, happy, and appreciated you are now, and not then. Now, dear, now. And how about tomorrow? What do you envisage 5, 10 years ahead? Do you see things getting better or worse? We always know these things, but keep wishing away the obvious bad situation. It's time to snap out of it. Once again, like my daughter said, in a world of over 6 billion people, God will help you find a suitable companion. Act on your gut instinct that act on your gut instinct that keeps telling you it's time to move on, and do just that. Not just gut instinct alone, like I used to say. Look at God-given guidance in His Word. Bravo on your new exploit on life. I wish you Godspeed as you go in search of a deserving beau, friend, or spouse. Yes. May God help you find such. May God help you find such. I am not telling married men and women to quit being married, but I'm saying we must go to the drawing board and reevaluate the life we're living. God has given us everything we need that make our lives better. Why would we keep running the pattern the devil has set? Devil is after marriages. May we just stay back and recalibrate and reevaluate our lives and do better by God, who has given us the Holy Spirit to help us. And if you are out there not married, shacking with one guy or the other, the time to stop the nonsense is now, so that God can help you find your real godly one, and so we can go make godly homes for God and lead others to Him who has given us the power and the ability that the Holy Spirit makes available. And if you do not have Christ, this is the time to pause and ask Him in, for He alone can give you the power and the ability to choose right, to do right, and to live right. I sign off, and I pray for those who are in violent relationships that God will intervene and give you the strength to make right decisions and save yourself from further violence. Thank you for listening again.